Fstoppers.com has teamed up with Mike Kelly one final time to produce Where Art Meets Architecture 3. In this tutorial, we cover everything you need to know about the business of architectural photography, as well as the tips and tricks necessary to photograph hotels and resorts. You're watching the behind-the-scenes series on the creation of this tutorial, and if you'd like to learn more about the full product, head over to fstoppers.com/store. It was another gorgeous day at a resort in Hawaii, and for the first lesson of the day, we decided to shoot the lobby.
What's the plan here? So we got our check-in lobby shot. It was excruciatingly difficult. Not because it was photographically complicated, but because we had to wait for about 100,000 people to pass through and then time the shot so that we didn't get anywhere with it.
Now we film the actual lesson.
If you'll see in the background, there's a few pillars obstructing that ocean view. I want to drive home the point that this hotel is right on the ocean and that you can see it very clearly from the check-in. So what I'm going to do is show you a method to easily remove those pillars in post, something that would be impossible to just clone out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take my B camera, we're going to go over to another spot in the lobby where there's a clear view of that ocean, take a picture, and then in Photoshop skew it in and hide those pillars. Now, some people may question the ethics of this, but you have to keep in mind how this picture is being used. If this were a real estate photo, for example, I don't think that kind of thing would fly. But since this is a hotel and it's an advertising usage, and because when you do walk in, you do get a bright, clear view of that ocean, I really have no problem pulling out a couple pillars to clean up this shot.
For the next lesson, we moved to the private bungalows, which happen to cost $4,000 per night to stay there.
So my vision for this finished image is a warm sunset shot with that sunset light streaming in. Even though we are nowhere near that time of day, I gotta fake this. So what I know is that I'm gonna have to have warm light coming in. So I'm gonna guess that all my lights are gonna have some form of CTO gels on them. Whether it's quarter, half, or full, I'm not quite sure yet.
What is this?
This is
what happened here?
Our way of sandbagging, because Mike didn't bring sandbags on the trip. He actually did this.
So the shot is looking pretty good, but there's one more thing that I've got to do. I need to fake the sunset. I know that the sun sets right out this window, and I know when that sun sets, there's going to be beautiful, directional, warm, golden light coming right at the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a light out there. I'm going to put a B1 out the window with a full cut of CTO in full view of the camera, and I'm just going to blast it right at the camera.
In the pool? That's amazing. I'm not even mad, that's amazing.
So, at least your chair sandbags held strong.
Well, the only little problem here is that I see some of that light stand. That's an easy fix in Photoshop. We can clone it right out. Another thing to keep in mind is that if I went a little bit further left with it, it would be blocked by the sliding door. So I wanted to keep it right. I wanted to keep it right on that edge, like it was just kind of sneaking into the room. That'll give us a nice dark shadow on the left-hand side and that beautiful sunlight streaming right in.
Hi, this is Officer Brian Schneider from the IRS Department. The reason is to inform you that the IRS has issued an arrest warrant against you and your physical address is under federal investigation. So call me back to get the detailed information about your case. My callback number is 415-363-0168.
That doesn't sound real? You mean to tell me that doesn't sound real, Adam?
So we're on our way to get a helicopter for an aerial shot. You gotta gaff tape everything that goes up. Nothing can possibly fall off, so our microphones are secure. So yeah, this is a pretty unique lesson. So we've very last minute decided to book a helicopter to shoot kind of the aerial shot of this resort.
So this helicopter is costing us $1,000 an hour just to get basically one shot of this hotel for this tutorial. So we are trying to do this as quickly as possible. I have the drone all set up and ready to go. We have the telephoto all set up and ready to go. I talked to the pilot. He also said it was totally fine if I flew a drone just to stay near the hotel and below 500 feet.
Anyone see Lee down there?
Yeah, he's on the roof.
Is he really? Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Of course, they thought it was me on the roof, but in reality, it was Hans the entire time.
Alright, so even though we were in the helicopter for 45 minutes, only about 20 of those minutes were spent actually photographing the hotel. We did have some time in transit from the airport to our location. However, while we were on the way out there, I also kept an eye out for really cool details, things like surfers, paddleboarders, sailboats, to just mix it up a little bit. Instead of just having a wide sort of overview of the hotel, I was really happy to get to deliver some shots that showed people actually using the hotel, using the areas around the hotel for paddleboarding and surfing and sailing, that sort of thing. So always keep your eye out for little contextual things around your subject that could add to the value that you're delivering to your client.
Was that a success, Mike?
That was a resounding success, yeah.
My hair is literally knotted. I can't even put my fingers.
I know, I can't put my hands in my hair.
How do you do it, David?
I mean, I do it like this, but
Looks
I don't know if
reasonable.
that's like super wrong.
Yeah, it looks good. What's going on here?
I taught myself to use chopsticks in this like weird way a long time ago, and I have some Asian friends who have seen me do it my way. Here's my way. I cross, and then I pick stuff up like this. And we've had competitions on like who can pick up the individual grain of rice.
You can't what?
We should have a chopstick competition.
Yeah, let's have
He might win. First person to pick up 5 pieces of corn.
Ready? Mark, ready? Go! All right, go.
I think we tied. Boom. Please fall. I'm good. X.
For the final lesson at this resort, we decided to shoot the atrium at dusk.
I lit this with my hot light, and what I wanted to do was replicate the feel of the uplighting from the garden. As you can see in the pictures, there are a bunch of cans down there hidden away in that foliage, and I wanted to just embellish that, pull them out a little bit more. The good thing about that is it's not like we're lighting from the camera, flattening everything out. We do get plenty of texture, a lot of nice light from those uplights, which is one of the reasons that they're used in the first place. So as I was painting, I wanted to cover everything evenly. We do have a very large space, so I took care to get nice wide strokes to cover that whole expansive wall, or to cover at least half of it at one time. At the same time, I didn't want to create hundreds of strokes of light that I would have to paint in later. So I tried to keep them big and wide so that my life in post would be a little bit easier.
Here we go again. Not only is Premiere crashed, but it will fail to close. Not responding.
How many images did you import? You sure it just
I don't know. It's like 1,000 JPEGs.
Can I fix all your problems?
There's no way.
Buy a Mac and then
There's
I
no.
was gonna say go to www.apple.com
Yeah.
and look at the computers they have there.
Oh, yeah?
And they'll start you down the correct path.
Really?
So I can have this same problem.
I guarantee you Patrick is capable of crashing any computer no matter the manufacturer. So today we are going to do a night dive with what type of rays?
Manta rays.
Manta rays. Giant manta rays at night with flashlights.
I'm a little scared.
So the plan here is that Patrick is actually going to be scuba diving looking up, and he is going to have the GoPro. We only have one GoPro. I'm going to be using my iPhone here. I don't have an underwater case, but I do have this underwater
bag.
You should mask it so it's more comfortably. Tighten it just as hard as you like.
What do you think?
That's pretty cool. What'd you think?
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, that was crazy.
So Hans has given us not only a bag of treats, but he also gave us a card. He was the one who did all of the work for this and hooked us up with the house to shoot and the hotel. Aloha, mahalo for all of your hard work. Hope you got everything you needed and look forward to seeing some of your awesome shots. These guys are so nice. So this is the last day here in Hawaii. We are packing up and making sure that we haven't left anything here at the house, and we're going to the airport.
So,
You trying to make the bag look like you? You always
It's branding,
you
Lee.
dress like your bag.
Branding.
What's up with the straps?
I don't trust the TSA not to close things properly. Like, I've arrived many times with these literally on the baggage claim conveyor belt, like open,
And I see
with things spilling out.
Why you
Please
say-
close both latches. And they can't do it. They never do it. So I just wrap them with this luggage straps, and they've been fine ever since.
And the idea is that even if they open them, they'll have to
They
put
have
those.
to put the things back on.
Okay.
so Lee just got caught up in TSA once again with his bag. He always likes to blame me for having things in the bag that get scanned for extra screening. Let's see what the problem is this time. So what's your excuse this time?
Alright, I do want to say, this backpack is mine.
Oh, don't
This
even.
bag
Come on,
is
no,
yours.
no way,
This bag is yours.
no way.
Yes, it is. This is the one with the vagabonds. Everybody knows this is your bag.
It's not the gunpowder this time.
Well,
It's the batteries.
alright. Something alarmed.
It's never your fault. Security check good. Macadamia nuts in place. Lee, on the other hand, not so lucky.
every single time.
What was it this time?
Everything. They got this bag, my backpack, and my laptop. So we've just made it back to Charleston, and our biggest bag with all the Westcott lights isn't here. And this is the line of people over here who are waiting to talk about a lost bag. And we were wondering if we just leave, will they just deliver it to
It's
us?
kind of like the Louis C.K. skit where he just leaves the rental car out there and he's like, "Hey, just
If you
get
want
deal
it,
with
if you want it, you gotta come get it."
But it's the opposite. It's like
Yeah.
we're just gonna leave and then call the airport and be like, "Hey, where's the bag that didn't show up?"
Yeah, because I've got an Uber waiting outside for us, and that line looks like an hour line. And then what are they gonna say? Every time I talk to the lady, she's like, "Describe the bag. We'll deliver it when it gets here." So stay tuned for next week's episode when I break my knee one day before we're supposed to travel to our next shooting location.
Can you wave your cane and say, "Get off my lawn"?
Get off my lawn.
And as always, to learn more about the full tutorial, head over to fstoppers.com/store.